Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is the steering wheel and the digital instrument cluster. Okay, so one of the big changes is that the Cayenne now has a digital instrument cluster instead of the analog tachometer and the two screens to the side. The big benefit is that you can customize this to a lot of different views. So say you're the traditionalist and you want the tachometer that's always been in the center in Porsches. You can have the signature view as you see here. And so you have your tachometer, you have your G-force meter, you have your water temp. On the left-hand side, you have your tire pressure, and then you also have your oil temperature on the far left. Your range is on the bottom, and then your speed is in the middle. Okay, but that's how it is. You can't change really anything about the signature view. But again, that gives you the traditional 5-gauge setup that Cayennes have had in the past, and the same with the 911. But say I want to change this, so I'm going to ahead and use this button to the right that has the arrows and the circle. Okay, and when I'm pushing this, it would select from the different parts of the instrument cluster that I could select. But in this case, because there is no other selections you can make, I just go ahead and use this wheel and scroll down 1. Okay, and now I'll have the 3-gauge setup. And now I can use this little button with the arrows to select from the 3 circles that are on the screen. Okay, so now if I want to have something else displayed, for example, a lot of people want to do information, that's to the right. And if I click this button and go to the left, I can have the speed, G-force meter, or tire pressure. Okay. If I click the button one more time, I can now select what is in the center display. And if I scroll down 1, now you have this new assistance menu. Okay, and this will make more sense if you're driving, and I'll insert a video in here that shows you what's happening when you're driving. But you can see the cars driving around you, for example, and you can also see if you have certain assistance features on, like lane keep assist, if your turn signal's on, if your brake lights are on. So that is something pretty interesting to look at while you're driving. Okay, if we scroll one more down in the center, now we have our map. Now we have a bigger map. Okay, and then we scroll down one more, and that will give us what is known as the reduced. And so you just have your speed, and that's pretty much it. Drive mode dial earlier, but again, if you twist that, it'll bring up your different driving modes, and again, you can customize them over there. The other thing that you have access to, so say I'm driving a normal, maybe I want to pass a truck, I can click on the Sport Response button. If I have the Sport Chrono package, and that gives me 20 seconds of sport response for the engine and transmission. I can tap it again to turn it off, and you can do that as many times as you want. All right, some additional features you have on the steering wheel. You can answer and hang up phone calls with the phone button. You can go back on the screen as well with the back button. Say there's a message that pops up to the right. This is your voice commands. You can tap that, or you can use Hey Porsche if you turn that on. This is your kind of joker key, diamond key. If you hold that down, I can come over here and I can change the button setting. And so, for example, I can change the source, I can change my phone, sport exhaust, start, stop. You can even use home link, and I'll explain that in a different video. But again, you can make that whatever you want. So say we did sport exhaust. If we come back over here, and we're in sport mode, for example, every time I hit that, the sport exhaust will go on and off. And this is the next track. Another feature that has changed is the cruise control stalk. So if you've had a Porsche before, this operation is different, okay? And so if you click on this button on the side, it changes and turns on and off cruise control, but if you keep on tapping it, you'll get to the different modes that you can put the vehicle in. So adaptive cruise control, you can do a speed limiter, hill control if you're going down a hill, like off-roading, and you want to maintain a low speed, and then you can also turn it off, okay? So that's essentially how you would turn it on or select from the different things that you see here on the screen. And then from there, what you'll do, and this is different than Porsches of the past, up will set your speed and also increase the speed of the vehicle while in cruise control. So if you hit it slightly up, you'll go 1 mile an hour increment. If you hit it and there's like another stop, then you'll go in 5 mile an hour increments. Down is slower. Towards the front of the vehicle is cancel. Towards the driver is resume. And you can also adjust your distance. And again, you'll see that with a little toggle switch here, how the distance is changing. And then if you hold down this button at the bottom, that will activate lane keep assist. But again, you need to be driving in order to use that. So again, I'll show you guys a video of that, what that looks like when the car's in motion. So again, if you've owned a Porsche in the past,